Welcome to Neighborhood Narratives, our initiative where we spotlight local authors from South Florida and the stories that are shaping our communities.
Meet Velouse Smith, also known as V, author of Location, a children's book that transcends age, blending history, coming of age storytelling, recipes, and language learning to celebrate what it truly means to be Haitian. ID.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today, V.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So, You Don't Look Haitian. That is such an attention-grabbing title. Have you ever heard that before, directed towards you or others? And what does that statement do to the person receiving it?
So yes, I've heard that throughout my life. I think I do look Haitian. If that was an actual thing. I think the reason I get that a lot is because of like the eye color, and there's different skin tones or whatever. So you look Haitian, she look Haitian. A lot of people look Haitian, but there's a lot of stereotypes that people have of what Haitian people look like. We're very mixed people, but I think the way that it makes people feel is like you're kind of coming from my identity, and then what do you think a Haitian actually looks like when you're saying that to someone? Like it can be a good thing. Well, and sometimes they act like it's a compliment. So it can be taken many ways. I take it as a chance to kind of give people a little bit of background of, Haiti, my background, about how my family is mixed or whatever, of many different backgrounds. As a people, it's a Caribbean island. So most Caribbean islands have people of many different descents mixed together and interacting. So if you're hanging out on an island together, you're probably gonna mix. So yeah.
I won't lie. I've said that to people. Not that you don't look Haitian.
Yeah.
That's crazy. No, but like it was like, are you Haitian descent? And you know what? I usually go for it because of the cheekbones.
Yes. And I
That's yes. The cheekbones is always what gets me.
Yeah. You low key look like my cousin, honestly. Hey, son.
That's so funny. So I guess going off of that, what inspired you to, put words to the page and write this book?
Okay, so this book and writing this book is a realization of a childhood dream. So I want to say it was third grade. They had a career day, and one of the careers that they had was to be an author. And they had us basically write a story, illustrate it ourselves, and I told myself that one day that I would write a book. So going through everything that I went through as a child, growing up in South Florida, and the different issues I ran into, and then having Haitian American children and my nieces and nephews, and seeing how they have fought and basically they're American, right? But they want to learn about their culture, they want to learn the language. That's a big discourse on if Haitian children speak Creole or not. Mine barely can, but this was a way for me to learn more about my culture and also include my children in it too.
Very relatable. So for a little context for our viewers, Jordan, the main character, is a mixed culture kid, Haitian through his mom and Black American through his father. He's excited to share his Haitian heritage for Multicultural Day, but when a classmate calls him a liar, it really shakes him and sends him into an identity crisis. So his family steps in to help him understand both who he is personally and where he comes from culturally. So the reason why I give that long backstory is, with that background, I love to hear what you've learned through writing this book and even before about the journey of understanding your personal identity versus your cultural identity, and how those two paths connect and diverge.
Yes. So that was a great question. So I have a little bit of an interesting background. So my parents are Haitian, right? My stepmother is Black American. And so as I was growing up, I had a nice mixture of both cultures in there. But it was kind of tough because my name is Velouse. That's a very unique name. And you would get different reactions, like, oh, what's that? Or be like, oh, that's unique or whatever. But I literally grew up going to Catholic church some weekends, heavily involved in the Baptist church, eating Haitian food, eating down south soul food. And then I went to majority PWI, predominantly white institutions for school. So I was most of the time the only person of color in the place. So I think all that came together to have me fight harder to learn what my identity is and where I land in the world or whatever. So I have a nice mix of all these different cultures. So I think that made me more open to learning about others, people's cultures. I speak Spanish pretty fluently. People don't realize it, and they'll be talking and they'll be like, whatever. My Spanish is probably better than my Creole. Sorry, don't get me.
I know there's somebody out there
don't get me,
about
please.
to be up in our messages.
My bad, y'all. No, but I learned I actually learned how to write Creole and read. I'm not Creole. Write in Spanish and speak in Spanish and all those things. My siblings probably speak more Spanish than I do too, because they grew up in Lake Worth and those areas, and I grew up more in like Palm Beach Gardens, those areas. So you read between the lines what the differences are. So they got to use their Spanish more, but I definitely speak Creole, at least at an elementary level. But it really helped me to love that I have so many different things poured into my identity. Makes me proud to be a mixture of that. Sometimes I have to fight against different cultures to stand up for cultures that I have been a part of. So it's kind of a mix or whatever. But my the book, the way that it's written, there's a little bit of my family throughout. Like, so my mom shows her love through cooking. So you have the grandma in there who teaches him culture through cooking. My dad has a love, like he loves all things Haitian and politics, sports. I'm sure he's having a time with the World Cup.
Yes.
So like, and swimming, like the ocean and everything. Because my family is from Kaimi and Jeremy, and that's an island off of the island, so there's a lot of seafood in there. So we have a really nice mix of culture.
I think one of the most powerful scenes in the book is when Jordan's mother talks about her experience as a Haitian in the U.S. And essentially the stereotypes she had to navigate through. So she talks about those hurtful stereotypes, some widely known and reiterated by idiots in our administration and media, and then some that I didn't even know existed. Like HBO.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Yes.
Did not know that.
Dang, I'm teaching the wrong thing. I was kind of leery about putting that stuff in. I'm like, dang, I might be spreading some of this.
I'm not going to say in this interview. If you want to read the book. And then, and how ignorance show up in new forms while still having the same type of ugliness. So this book is your pushback against those stereotypes. So now to the question, with this in mind, how do you advise others to become more culturally competent and how to raise their children, their siblings, their co-workers, and communities to be more culturally aware and respectful as well?
Yes. So I'll speak to the stereotypes a little bit first. So with the stereotypes, I wrote this book I think I published it the beginning of 2025, but I've been writing it for a long time, right? So never in my wildest imagination did I think it was going to become this relevant again. I've even gone to book fairs, and the name, like people walk up and it I didn't think it was going to come back. But the way that I can tell people to teach their kids to be more culturally complex, just be open. Walk up to somebody, I'm very good at building rapport with people. They actually pick at me about it, but it's worked for me in my life, right? So I'll just be standing outside and somebody will walk up and they'll ask me about my shirt. It turns into a full conversation where they're from. And I know some people are introverts. I'm actually an introvert, but I know people are introverts and everything. But just being open to try. Like another example I'm going to use. Like back in the day, people were like, ugh, Haitian food. Now they're loving it. They tasted it.
That griot. They don't know other word but griot.
No, but griot was a heavy one. But they're looking for pickles. And you believe it or not, mostly people who are not of Haitian descent start looking for soup jumu in New Year's because they know about it. Yeah, in my circle, they're looking for it. Hey, did your mom make it? Whose auntie made it? Because it's considered good luck, right? The Black American version of it would be the collard greens and the black eyed peas, right? So having people be open to that and actually try the food, you get people with food.
Yes.
And then they'll come and speak to you about other things, right? So I think just being open, not making assumptions as quick about people when you hear when they're from somewhere. Like I probably had more in common with people from other countries than I ever thought I would just by having a conversation with them. A lot of the folks that I work with are from Colombia, and I was speaking to an Afro-Latino man, and he was like we were speaking, and it was like our childhoods were the same. So just having a conversation, being open to trying new things, hold your judgments until you have a full conversation with a person. People are going to judge anyway, have perceptions, but hold it until you actually speak to the person and get to know them.
Yeah, and like most Caribbean cultures, African cultures, like of the diaspora, we all have the same, like the rice is the same.
Yeah. Well, I
the
love
plantain
jollof.
is the same. Like, you know,
There's
it's
a lot
just
of
different recipes, right? But it's the same, like, origin that kind of ties us together, you know, the music too. You know?
Yes, the music. What I do appreciate nowadays is the music is definitely bringing people together, because when I go to other states, no place is like Florida. Meaning that you're gonna hear Afro beats, you're gonna hear soca, you're gonna hear compa, you're gonna hear hip hop, you're gonna hear R&B, all probably within an hour. And it doesn't matter which spot you go to. You can go to a Jamaican club, you go to a Haitian club, you go to an American club. All the music is going to be some melange of that. So I think the music, like I said, the music and the food really bring people together. So that's what makes us different.
And, you know, don't just appreciate the things. Take from it, like the history, which you do really well. You talk about the history and the culture and the art of it, which I really love. But, you know, people, for example, like, oh, Cinco de Mayo. Don't forget what Cinco de Mayo
Yeah, what it really is.
It ain't just tacos, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Just thinking tacos Tuesday.
yeah. don't think the epitome is Taco Bell.
Yeah, right. Don't find out what it means.
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
But I was gonna ask, can you please, you know, choose a chapter or a section from the book that you'd be comfortable reading?
Ooh.
I was just gonna read that part with the mother.
Maybe I'll read the part with the mother.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh, there's so many parts. Okay, hold on. And the thing with this book too, it's written in such a way that anybody can pick it up and learn.
Yeah, it
and I know it's a
transcends
lot,
age.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
But if you want to learn about the culture, okay, let me see. Okay, where does it start? I should have brought my glasses. Okay. Jordan stayed up all night working on his diorama. He used all the significant facts his family taught him to ensure his Haitian Revolution scene was accurate. When it was all done, he was so proud he ran out to show everyone. But Mom was the only one awake. She was sitting in the living room sipping her peppermint tea and listening to her favorite playlist. "Aren't you supposed to be in bed?" With excitement bubbling, Jordan hopped on his toes excitedly and blurted out, "Mom, look at what I made for Multicultural Day tomorrow." As he handed her the diorama, she inspected it with interest and was amazed at what Jordan had managed to create quickly. The diorama was a perfect replica of the Haitian Revolution, complete with soldiers standing guard around their leader. He was draped in the Haitian flag, red, white, and blue colors, and famous landmarks like the Citadel loomed in the background. "Wow, this is so impressive and captures the pride we feel as a people," Mom said proudly. Jordan smiled. "I hope this finally shows everyone how Haitian I am." Mom sighed and patted the chair, and Jordan snuggled up next to her the way he always did when he was nervous and scared. "I never told you this, but growing up Haitian in South Florida was very tough. There were so many horrible stereotypes and misconceptions, and we were picked on mercilessly. There was a cable channel called HBO. Shout out to HBO. But they said it stood for Haitian body odor. Lord, I'm teaching people bad things. Oh, and if I had $1 for every time I was asked if my family ate cat." She shook her head in annoyance. "And don't get me started on how many times I was called a boat person. They even made fun of my French name and said it sounded like a disease. But the worst were those who didn't think I was Haitian because of my light eyes, sandy colored hair, and light brown complexion. They didn't know that we come in all colors." Mom took a deep breath before she faltered. "I was embarrassed to be Haitian." Crazy to me nowadays, I mean, the World Cup helped, but in general, if you go around here and you see Haitian Flag Day, it's like completely the opposite of what people used to like pretend they weren't Haitian. They would say they were other nationalities. They were very embarrassed.
You used to make fun of the head shape.
Yeah, the head shape. I probably had. Yeah, so it was, you know, it was something different.
What do you think caused the culture to shift?
I hate to say what actually happened, what shifted.
Yeah.
I think what made it more popular is the term Zoe.
Oh, and the song? No,
And the song. But you know where that, Zoe means bone in actuality, right? Mm-hmm. But where it came from was this group in Miami. They had that name, right? And then that song came out, and then all of a sudden, because at first I didn't really want to embrace the word Zoe because of where it came from or whatever. But I think once that song came out, and then they started including us more in movies and stuff. I always think of Bad Boys 2, even though the Haitians that they portrayed in that movie was not it. That was not it.
We actually have a question related to
that was not it. I was laughing. I said, what the heck? Yeah. But they started incorporating us more in shows and movies. And because back in the day, when you found out, a lot of people who you don't know are Haitian, that are actually Haitian, are big stars. You have no clue.
Yes.
Until like later on, because now it's more acceptable. But yeah, so many people you don't even know. But I think, like I said, music always leads the way. But Zoe like stood for like strength and all this, and they like kind of took that. So like, I'm gonna be proud to be Haitian. I'm gonna walk around with this flag. But before.
So you bring so many elements together in the book. Speaking of music, history, the recipes, language translations, artwork, which is chef's kiss.
Yes.
But out of all of those pieces, what part was your favorite to work on?
This is gonna sound so cliche. It was either the music or the food. Because my mother was a chef. My mother and my stepfather were chefs, and they really truly show their love through food. And I like the fact that she put out a whole buffet, and they went through and she kind of taught them the different parts of the culture in regards to food, and then they like dance the food off. And so it's a mix, So I really like that part, and how it talks about the rhythms of the music and the different types. Because everybody thinks that compa is the only thing, but you got zouk, you got rabodai, you have all these different things. So I wanted to make sure I included all of this. Like I said, this was my pet project. So I said, if I'm gonna do it, I'm just gonna throw it all in there, and you guys work it out. You work it out. So hopefully I'll get to write something else soon. I have a couple things in my brain, but that's why it's written that way.
I love that, yes. And we also have a few controversial
questions. My goodness. There was a controversial already?
Answer. No pressure though, no pressure.
Okay, I hope I have an answer for you.
Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna read from this.
Yeah.
But we couldn't help but notice that all of the culturally diverse characters in the story, the one who bullies and challenges Jordan's identity, Bryce, who is also black. We don't know his ethnic background, but racially he's black. Was that intentional? And what was your thought process in choosing him rather than a character from a different race or ethnicity to be the one who questions Jordan's identity?
Oh, y'all are controversial for real. Yes. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Oh my gosh. So the characters are probably black leaning because of the person that illustrated it. So but Bryce was intended to be black, probably because of where I grew up.
Honestly, I think I was expecting you to say that.
Yeah, so it's because of where I grew up at. But I caught it from both sides. But those type of statements usually came from other black folks. Yeah, so that was intentional to a point, but the illustrator probably read it that way. Yeah, drew it that way. Yeah.
Remind me, was the illustrator Haitian too?
It's Jay Flew. He has a company called Trill Tune. Shout out. Hey. He actually just got included in PBS Filmmakers the last go around. I think he was on the last episode.
Amazing.
But yeah, he definitely brought my characters to life. I met him at an art festival, and his art spoke to me. So I love a different world. I want a little love. I love a different world. So that love between Whitley and Dwayne Wayne. He drew a painting for me for that one. And when I turned 40, I said I got the whole world in my hands, and he drew a painting of me with the world in my hands. So I really dig his art. But yeah, he won the NAACP award and everything, and he worked he's been working for years. He's self-taught. Yeah, go look him up. His name is Jason Florent, but it's Jay Flou.
But he's Haitian.
Yes, he's of Haitian descent. Yes, ma'am.
So yeah, check him out for sure.
Yeah.
But the reason I asked is, was he raised in Florida?
Yes.
So, as a Haitian American myself, I can see why you maybe, because not to do a broad sweep of generalization, when interacting with other like white people, for example, they don't really differentiate if they're doing racism.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, right.
You're black.
Like I was just gonna say,
You're black. The racism they're about to give you is black. Now, when we delve into deeper intraracial, I think that's an interracial prejudice, where whether it's colorism or whatever, or xenophobia. I mean, not that other races are not xenophobic, for sure. I mean, look at our current times. But in high school and elementary school, they're not really that. So it's like with more times than not, I did see it from other, and also it's where you also raise in your environment. If you're primarily around other black people, and they want to pick the differences, they're gonna go after something that's different from them. So, but so that's I think part of the reason why we had asked that question, because I think that answer might be why.
Well, let me blow you out of the water a little bit. So I always speak to not being a part of diaspora wars. I don't like that. We're all black. But I think, like you said, I think it also has to do with the population that is there, right? So when I was off to school or whatever, I was by an HBCU. So since everybody's black, so you kind of break up, like if it would break up by regions, it would break up like, you got Chicago, you got the DMV people, you got people from Miami. I remember when I came back home, my friend, he went to school in Boston, he said, Velouse, this is the most Creole I've ever heard you speak, right? But the reason being was, most of the people I was around were Haitians from Miami, and they're very proud to be Haitian, and they would speak to you in Creole all day. But I think it's heavily not because they're worse than the others. I think because everybody's black, like you said, they have to find something to talk about in regard. They can even be like, they'll be like, oh, your old curly haired self. Like they will pick anything. They will pick anything. Like my other moniker is a sepia scholar. It's because they used to call me orange all the time. They say I have a different skin tone. And I used to look, I looked orange versus like regular, like chocolate color, different caramel, whatever. They say you look orange or whatever. And sepia is like around reddish orange. That's the color, or whatever. But it's, I think it's heavily on who you are around. And speaking of white folks, I always tell the story. It might sound messed up, but I remember when I said my name around some of my own people, and I was like, "Oh, my name's Velouse," and they're like, "What is that?" And then they had their names. I'm not gonna go there with the names, but their names are different too. But when I would say it to our Caucasian brothers and sisters, they'd be like, "Oh, that's unique. Oh, that's so lovely." Yes. So there was a different, and I don't know if they really felt that. But I think it's because it was the roasting, like it was a different type of thing. They didn't know what the name was, so they would come with a different response where the folks that felt comfortable with you felt comfortable enough to roast you. They're gonna roast you for your name. So
because even like I went to a PWI, so the HBCU versus PWI experience is different. Because
very different.
There's not a lot of black students on campus, so you just all love it together, you're friends together. You're not necessarily thinking about what makes you different from them, because you're already
already different.
So it is definitely environment, who you're closest to, and then growing up in South Florida or just around black people, you understand the cultural differences. So you have material to work with when it comes to roasting. Versus like white people, they're not thinking about, this is what Haitian people look like. They don't. Jamaican people look like. They're not necessarily aware of the cultural differences.
The nuance.
They're a little bit more aware now, I think, because of social media and TikTok. They can kind of pick up the different.
But even now, they're only going off of cat. You can take that off.
Yeah.
So, speaking of social media, this is great.
Yeah.
So, what do you think is the biggest mistake that you see now when it comes to like Haitian representation in the media and on social media?
I don't know the proper way to say this. I absolutely adore Haitian content creators, and there's one that I adore that is very controversial. I adore Jessie Woo. I know people get mad at her, but to me, she's like the ultimate representation of because she lived in, I think, Brooklyn, and she's from Canada. She grew up in South Florida and she lived in Brooklyn. So she picks up a lot of the, so her everything resonates with me. Even when she acts up, it resonates with me, right? But I think the biggest mistake they do with the Haitian culture is, I would say only saying it's about food, but then I enjoy them enjoying the food so much. I don't know. Like I see them, I think you can enjoy the culture and not make fun of it.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we make fun of our culture more ourselves than they do. So it's kind of hard to pinpoint or whatever. And I'm living it up. I'm laughing at it or whatever. But sometimes I think the comedy needs to be a little bit more diverse. Yeah, I enjoy like Mama Junior and all of them. I love it. Jonas and all of them. I love it. But I think when I see people don't not expand from that, go a little bit more complex. Like I love the Haitian dramas that are coming out. I think what is his name? Gene Ely. I think he had one on Black or Amazon Prime. It was so good. I think it's called Send Help. And it was like addressing mental health in the Caribbean community. Oh, okay. And they did it so well. So I like those type of shows. Or I want to say rap-ish. I want to because they had Haitian characters because they were set in Miami, right? Oh, so yeah. So like the way that they do it is so good. Like, or on Girlfriends, she asked for a drink and she like, can you use Haitian rum? Like they're putting it into the shows, and I really appreciate that. You know.
And it matters, and because of that, why that happens is because of the actors or the people in production themselves, like putting it in. I will say, one, thank you for the show rec, because I'm gonna be watching that. In the past, I felt like when they try in movies and films, they would have a Haitian character, and it would be someone of a lighter complexion, because, and that's across the board with Black people in general and media. And they'll be speaking French. Yes. They wouldn't be speaking Creole.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's one thing. So I haven't watched anything of recent to say that's still the case. But as I was growing up, that's what I picked up on.
Yeah.
Did you too? Yeah.
Yeah, no, on BMF, they were speaking Creole, but some of the stuff they were saying was wild, but that's probably and I don't know. They did find somebody that obviously spoke Creole because the Creole was accurate, but the stuff that they were saying was crazy. But it makes sense because Da Vinci is a part of that cast, and he's of Haitian descent too. But I just like that they're taking more time to actually incorporate the Haitian culture in there. But you're right, they're speaking French because that was technically the national language or whatever, and they would be very snooty. Oh. The Upshaws had a Haitian dude in there, and so the mechanic was Haitian, and then the dude that they were trying to sell the business to was of Haitian descent too, but I think he spoke French, if I remember correctly. So the mechanic dude is speaking Creole, but he was leaning more on the French side of things. I watch a lot of TV and movies. Y'all.
Yeah, I love it.
That sounds interesting. Yes. And then now we'll move more so to talk about the process when it comes to publishing. Because a part of our initiative, we want to kind of share tips and tricks with aspiring writers, aspiring authors, and people who might want to publish another book. So can you give us a little insight as to the process of publishing? Any things that you wish you knew before you did it?
For sure. So it is worth the money to get your manuscript edited, like for not for like necessarily grammar, for context. Like there were certain things that an editor, I had an editor for a children's book. Look at my, luckily one of my friends is like an English genius. Yeah, so she looked at it for like grammar and context and everything, but I did have an editor. Like say for instance, the kids are playing football, well they were playing a game. And in my mind, you know, you have your own biases. So I'm like, oh, the boys are playing football and the girls are playing this. She said, you may want to address that because, you know, some girls play football too, you know, stuff like that. So I had several people, and I have a writing group that I'm a part of, and they like would give me insight or whatever. Hey y'all, the nomads, hey y'all. But yeah, so I had a lot of people help me to basically edit the book to get it to its final form. So pay for that. The formatting. So you can get it illustrated, but they have to format the illustrations to fit your wording. So my book is more like a graphic novel. That's why it's in the bubbles, because it is word heavy. But if I was to do like a straight up picture book, it could have like flowed throughout or whatever. So you have to think of what your age group is, what audience you're trying to reach. Is it going to be a picture book? Is it going to be a middle school chapter book? Whatever you're trying to do. So those things. So getting them illustrations formatted to match your wording or whatever. Getting the cover. You have to have a cover that reaches out to the people. If you look at my cover, like Jordan's actually based on my son. So, but you know, it's kind of the Haitian flag colors or whatever. And then he has the characters on the back. You see Grandpa Jordan and Grandma, whatever. But you have to have something. I love this cover, but if I was to come out with a new edition, you have to have a cover that grabs the people. The name grabs the people, right? But the cover needs to like really, and this does, but like it has to really grab the people. So I would look into that. Do get your book copyrighted. Take the time to write to the library to get a Library of Congress number, to get your own ISBN, because when you get it through Amazon, they pretty much own the ISBN, which is the identifier book number, right? So you go to Bowker, I might be saying it wrong, to get your ISBN numbers. So there, it's actually a business. It's actually a process. So you have your idea, but you have to get it from your head to the paper. And so that's the illustration and manuscript. And then you have to do the business side of things. Because say one day, you know, maybe I'm going to speak it into existence. Somebody wants to come along and turn this into a show. They have to come through me, right? Because I own it. And if they do come out with something that's exactly like, I'm like, hold up, what? What's going on? Because and then I actually do own the illustrations. Thank you, Jay Flu. I own the words and the illustrations or whatever. So that's the business side of things.
Yes.
And the other part is that I own everything, but some illustrators will like, you know, sell you the license for commercial use. That's all the business side of things. Yeah. So although it's a creative venture, you do have to have the business side of things. And if you make money off your book, how are you going to handle the money off your book? Yeah.
Protections. Yeah,
I feel like that would make a great show.
Yeah.
Like, you know, those little kid shows, like y'all mixed up in.
Yeah. So
any
shout out
animators
to
out there, hit us up.
Speaking of,
right.
yes. But yeah, so.
So we're gonna wrap it up with this final question. So, you know, besides our online bookshop, where else can people purchase your book? And you know, your next projects coming up.
My book is available on Amazon. It's available on Ingram Spark, which also makes it available on like Target.com, Walmart. I'm not doing Target, but Walmart.com. It's available everywhere online. I'm working to get it to be put in the library. That's draft to digital. So if you want to get your book put in the library, that's how you do it. So it's available all those places. My next book that's coming up is going to be called Island Hopping with Me. Okay. So I address the beautiful Haitian children, but I want to give the other island children a shout out, right? Okay. So I'm working to put out, and it's going to be more of a picture book. There's illustrations in there, but more of a picture book or whatever. And it's going to basically feature what's beautiful about every island and the children in it. And then after that, I'm probably gonna I do have a mermaid book that I'm gonna do. That's gonna be a middle school chapter book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have a lot of stuff coming up or whatever, but yeah. And I do. Oh, I might as well shout it out.
Yeah.
I do have a clothing brand. It's called Haitian Mermaid. So that's where that comes from. So I'm gonna do a book to match up.
Yes. Okay. I love that.
You're so multifaceted.
Yeah.
Wow.
I might have ADHD, y'all. So I do a lot of stuff. You know,
We call it multi-hyphenate. Okay.
multi-talented.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, well,
So
thank you so much for
you.
joining us today. Yeah, definitely check out the book on our bookshop, of course.
There is a You Don't Look Haitian social media site on Instagram and Facebook. But if you want to reach me for anything, my email is toutmounbel, which means everybody is beautiful, TOUTMOUNBEL @gmail.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining.
That was awesome, ladies. Thank you.
Bye.